This is my Vespa LX 125. Just brought it to the workshop. This is a bike I've bought for myself as a non-runner. Everything looks squared away and nice, apart from the yeah. Sure, we can tighten that up. I believe that's the least of its worries. I love the colour of the seat, although it's got a little bit of staining on it. And more importantly, I love the miles at 5,576 miles from new. I have 2 sets of keys. I have the original owner's manuals. I've got all of its paperwork from day 0. And it is a moped with a very different backstory to it. So from what I was told, the owner was riding I think it was a Triumph. Riding a Triumph, and his friend in a car hit him and crashed his motorcycle, and then subsequently his friend ends up running off with this guy's wife. So this guy recovers from whatever injuries he has, and to be much safer on the road, buys a moped. Me, I'd be calling the police. Something's wrong there, isn't it? So he buys this moped and he runs it for what looks like a couple of years, and then it just sat and did absolutely nothing. So it ended up coming to workshop 2, where I actually got to look at it. And you can see here the front calipers hanging off because it's seized. The calipers looking pretty chipper because I've oiled it with dock oil and used a piston removal tool to try and get the pistons out, but they're absolutely seized solid. So that's one problem. It also doesn't run. It's not in a very good way mechanically, because what's happened is, as this moped's been laid up in a garage, it's had a waterproof cover put over it, and that waterproof cover has lended itself to mould building up in the engine bay, and for whatever reason all of the plastics are not in a happy way in there, and yeah, the fuel is evaporated and everything's gummed up. Everything is gummed up. It's pretty bad. So gave the guy an idea of how much it would cost to repair, and he said, no, I'm not going to go ahead, I'm going to go and sell it. So I was like, oh, okay, how much do you want for it? And he didn't come back to me with a figure, and then he phoned me a couple of days later. So he took the bike away from workshop 2, gave me a call and said, oh, this is what I want for it. And I went, actually that's quite a lot, but okay. We agreed £400 plus £25 for him to deliver it, even though I wanted to pick it up, but he really wanted to deliver it. And then I was out working, and the agreement was he would drop this moped off at my home with its logbooks, with its paperwork, put the keys through the door and take an envelope full of money. And so that's what he did. And I got home at the end of my working day and didn't see this, and I was like, I've been totally done over, because you know, you got to take a little bit of risk in life, haven't you? But no, it was there. It was just in a odd location with its keys, they'd been put through the door, with its logbook and all that sort of stuff. And so here I am, the owner of a 125 Piaggio Vespa. I've always wanted a Vespa too. It does need quite a bit of work, and so it's going to be the basis of the next YouTube series. In workshop 2 I did work on the throttle, but it's gone hard again, so like, yeah, I really like it. I've always wanted a moped in my life, and now I've got one. And you're going to know if I absolutely fall in love with it when I put like a wicker basket on the back of it. This bike's been off the road for a decade, which is crazy. Remember the Ducati Monster that slept for a decade? Well, this is a moped that slept for 10 years. And so it's all just deteriorated. I think it's got possibilities, right? Don't you? This poor bike. And what a crazy backstory to it. And yes, you're all going to say, what? You paid money for that? Yeah, I did. I paid money for it because I wanted a Vespa, but I wasn't desperate for it. I would have waited. If you had asked me, if you had said, Alex, what do you want? I would have said, I want one of those Vespa LXs that are in London. If you look in London, they're advertised. They're 125s. And what the owners have done is they've put 300cc engines and transmissions in them. So these bikes can hit 90 miles an hour, which is awesome. And they're registered as a 125, which is completely illegal for insurance purposes. So there you go. This is a first look at my Vespa. It's been, honestly, once the wicker basket goes on the back of here, you'll know that Alex is in love. But with 5,000 miles from new, MOT history backs that up, paperwork backs it up, and a nice new project. I'd love to tell you that it's going to be, I don't even want to see it in the comments, this is going to be such an easy fix. No. There's way more to this than meets the eye. It's going to be a nightmare, but I'm up for it. And I think it'll be a nice, fun summer run around, and I'll be lacking power compared to my super bikes, but it's good. Two wheels are cool. I think Vespas are cool. I'm even gonna throw a keyring at it. I've got to have a Vespa keyring, haven't I? I've got to have a nice Italian flag style Vespa keyring hanging off here. It's pretty tidy all round. With 5,000 miles and being garaged all that time, great. But even the owner admits putting the waterproof cover over it was a huge mistake. The exhaust needs tidying up, and there's a lot to it. And I can't wait to get started. So thank you all for watching this first look at my new YouTube series.